Hello, and welcome to Prova Best Practices webinar. In this webinar, we will discuss some common challenges installers face when completing projects with tile installation products, and I'll go over how to avoid them. I'm Dwayne Farley, the Technical and Installation Specialist for MD Pro and Prova products. I have over 40 years experience in the industry, and I'm excited to share my knowledge with you in this video. In the same way that we work to continually improve on our Prova product lineup, we are also constantly looking for ways to communicate our installation procedures in the clearest, most concise manner possible. We continually update and develop new installation instructions and related technical materials to guide you through the entire installation process with ease. Whether it's your first time using our products or you are a Prova master, our aim is to remove any and all the guesswork. Our installation instructions are written with you in mind. In this video, I will show you some common real-world mishaps that have occurred to installers working on tiling projects, and I'll show you how to correct the issues and how you can prevent them from even happening in the first place. I think you'll find that just by following our installation methods, all of these issues could have been avoided. Let's begin with this installation failure right here. A Massacre was used to install Prova mat. Premium polymer modified thin set mortar is to be used for all Prova installations. A failure like this requires you to rip out the Prova mat and replace the drywall before redoing the installation with polymer modified thin set mortar. Follow all of our installation instructions, which tells you to use polymer modified thin set mortar for our installation of Prova mat. We have a document that explains the differences, why you want to use polymer modified thin set mortar, and I'm going to explain that later. Let's take a look at this next failure. The customer didn't thoroughly wipe away grout remnants soon enough, and some weren't removed until after the installation was completed. The various ingredients used in mortar and grout have corrosive and caustic properties, so it is important that you always remove any residue immediately from the surface of the tile trim during the installation process. Before you start installing any of our products, please read our instructions. When it comes to mortar and grout left on tile for too long, mortar and grout's a caustic product. It can etch the finish. You can find this in our installation instructions and FAQs. Please, before you start installing these products, read the instructions first. Moving on to failure number 3, we can see that there were some installation issues. Prova linear drain was installed using construction adhesive and spray foam. Tiles wouldn't stay stuck, the grout was coming loose, and that's because the drain was not supported properly. Once again, all of our products to be installed with polymer modified thin set only, not using construction adhesive, spray foam. We have tested these products to be used with polymer modified thin set. Please follow our instructions. Our recommendations are supported by years of experience and knowledge in the field. Our installation instructions will always tell you what material to use. If we don't tell you to use something, don't use it. Next up, we're going to take a look at subfloor suitability. There was no transfer of mortar to the underside of the tile, so they were not back buttered. A patch of plywood beneath the underlayment was not installed securely. So, before you install any of our flooring underlayments, make sure your substrate is clean, flat, dry, structurally sound. If you have an issue, there's going to be a lot of work here to repair this, especially if it's the whole floor. You got to take it all up. If it's still an area, you're going to be caking tiles out. You may break some. Now you got to buy new tiles, got to buy more membrane, redo it all. Just do it right the first time. Make sure your substrate's clean, flat, dry, and structurally sound. Here we are looking at what not to do when applying mortar on a Prova underlayment system. There was no transfer of mortar to the tile. The tile was not back buttered. The trowel used for the installation was only a 1/4 by 1/4 square notch. Tile should be installed over underlayments with a notched trowel, the size that matched the type and size of tile being used. The trowel lines could still be seen in the layer of mortar used between the underlayment to the substrate. There shouldn't be any trowel lines, an installation with 100% mortar coverage. There was no transfer of mortar to the white fleece on the bottom of the underlayment. The mortar may have skinned over, or the underlayment wasn't placed in wet mortar. So a failure like this means you got to rip it all out. So make sure you use the proper mortar, the proper size trowel, proper coverage. Do not spread too much mortar at one time. You can't get into wet mortar. Everything must go into wet mortar. If you have this problem, it's going to cost you time and money. Follow our instructions, please. If you don't follow our mortar quantity estimate guidelines or manufacturer's recommendations for putting down these products, proper trowel size, proper mix, and you don't get this membrane into a wet mortar, if you don't get transfer, you're going to have issues. It's the same with doing ceramic tile. If you don't use a proper sized trowel, the right mortar consistency, you don't get into wet mortar, you're going to have issues. It's the same thing for both. Here's what happens when a waterproof installation isn't done right. We are showing you a picture of someone putting concrete board on a wall. From the time these pictures were taken, the installation was completed only 4 years prior, so it's a 4-year-old job. And now, look, it's already showing severe signs of moisture damage. The fasteners are visibly showing through for the rust. What this means is that the installation probably wasn't waterproofed up over the fasteners. So always waterproof the whole system. ProvoBoard Plus, with our ProvoSeal over the fasteners, you wouldn't have had that rust come through. ProvoBoard Plus has an XPS core, which is our waterproof portion of this board. So they could have used ProvoBoard Plus instead of the concrete board. The concrete board is already there. They could have used our ProvoMat, which would have given you also a waterproof system. Now that we've seen some of the issues that can happen when installations aren't completed correctly, let's discuss how Provo helps you steer clear of them. There are 2 main ways our product line does this, and I mentioned them already, our mortar recommendations and our methodology for writing installation instructions. We only recommend the use of premium polymer modified thin set mortar for all of our Provo installations. This makes it incredibly easy to know whether you are using the correct adhesive. If it's not polymer modified thin set mortar, you are doing it wrong and may face failures in the future. Why do we recommend Provo products being installed using premium polymer modified thin set mortar only? Well, let's first discuss why we don't recommend premix mortar or mastic. Mastic and premix mortar are not made for wet areas. It says right in the bucket, do not use in shower areas. Always use a premium polymer modified thin set mortar. If you do this, you will not have issues. Mastic and premix mortar, they can emulsify if enough water gets to them. So again, back to premixed mortar, do not use it. Polymer modified thin set mortar only. There's other drawbacks using Massacre premix mortar. Number 1, it's probably double the money per square foot when you figure out your pricing. So it doesn't make sense to use a Massacre premix mortar. Also, mastic premix mortar is not great to use in heavy traffic areas like showers or regular floors. It just doesn't work. Premix mortar is just, or mastic is just not anywhere near as good as polymer modified thin set mortar. Again, always use polymer modified thin set mortar for doing your tile work. So another drawback to mastic is if you put it on with natural stone, it's going to bleed through and create a discoloration. It doesn't look very good. You wouldn't get paid for your job. So let's not use that. Use a polymer modified thin set mortar only. Premix mortar has other drawbacks. It doesn't support a heavy tile. The consistency of the product you can't change. It is what it is. You can't make it thicker or thinner. It won't support a heavy load. Heavy traffic could cause problems. Trying to get tiles level, you can't level with mastic. It's going to sink down in. So again, we're right back to polymer modified thin set mortar only, always. Although some manufacturers recommend the use of unmodified thin set mortar and polymer modified thin set mortar for different installations, they mix it up. Nearly all mortar manufacturers share our recommendation of using polymer modified thin set mortar. Use polymer modified thin set mortar for all Provo installations. This ensures there is never any confusion which type of mortar to use when installing our products. And more importantly, it ensures that when Provo products are installed correctly, they will not fail. We are confident in the abilities of polymer modified thin set mortar, and that's why its use is required to qualify for our lifetime warranty on Provo products. But what exactly is it about polymer modified thin set mortar that makes it superior to unmodified thin set? As you can see in this chart, there are many reasons why we recommend its use, including its tile compatibility, adhesion abilities, and bonding properties. Moving on to our second method for mitigating failures, we follow certain processes when producing our installation instructions, methods that we believe guide you through our product installations with ease. When we say that our installation instructions are written with you in mind, we mean it. We aim to anticipate the potential challenges you may face when working with our products. And we call attention to particularly tricky steps with warnings or cautionary messages. We also ensure the installation details are always accurate by consulting with an expert installer like me or our team. If you are having a particularly tough time with a certain installation, we also offer friendly installation experts who are happy to help you through our Prova Technical Services Hotline. And you know what? Call us before you start if you have any questions or concerns. We'll help you through it. All our warranties for Prova tile installation and waterproofing products are shown on the screen here. Our warranties are organized in a simple manner. We have two kinds, a lifetime warranty and product warranties. Our limited product warranties offer you time against manufacturing defects found on specified products in the table. They're useful for projects that involve standalone Prova products. And our limited lifetime warranty for Prova tile installation products is an industry-leading, flexible warranty that offers you a lifetime of coverage on manufacturing defects found in the installation of a product system that includes exclusively Prova products installed with a premium ANSI 8118.15 polymer modified thin-set mortar of your choosing. It's perfect for projects that involve the installation of a Prova shower system, a Prova underlayment system, a Prova mat system, or a Prova Board Plus system, and a great opportunity to see just how well our products integrate with one another to produce the ultimate waterproofing solutions. Our warranty registration process is also easy to follow. Prova uses a multi-step registration and claim process. Warranty registration information and exclusions. Registering your Prova product for warranty coverage is a simple two-step process. Purchase qualifying products, then complete the appropriate registration form for your products, which can be found at mdpro.com/prova/warranty within 60 days of the date of purchase. Please note that this is required to qualify for the Prova Tile Installation Products Limited Lifetime Warranty and encouraged for all product warranties. Warranty claim and exclusions. To file a claim for qualifying Prova products and systems, simply complete the appropriate warranty claim document, which can be found at mdpro.com/prova/warranty within 30 days of the alleged manufacturing defect presenting itself. For full warranty details and exclusions, please review the warranty claims document that came included with your products and visit our website at mdpro.com/prova/warranty. That covers it for our webinar on best practices. To recap, we discussed how following our Prova installation instructions will help prevent installation errors, save you time and money, and ensure your products perform as well as we know they will. We looked at what can happen if you don't do this. We also talked about Prova helps you mitigate failures. We talked about how it is critical that you always use premium polymer modified thin-set mortar for all Prova installations. And we spoke about the practices we use to ensure our installation instructions are helpful for installers of any experience level. And we rounded out our discussion by sharing information on our approachable warranty program for Prova. The learning doesn't stop here though. This was just one video discussing Prova offerings, but we are always innovating on our products and updating our installation methods to meet the changing needs of installers and the industry standards. Please join me and watch our other videos in this series where I go over topics like shower-based designs, waterproofing tile underlayment systems, and more. I'll see you there.